Welcome back to the channel. If you've been following us for a little while, you know I'm passionate about helping businesses like yours grow without all the usual headaches. Now today we're diving into something that keeps many of us up at night: funding your next big move. That expansion crossroads where excitement meets terror, because let's face it, growth costs money, and finding the right funding in the UK market, well, that can feel like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. So you've hit that ceiling, orders are flowing in, customers are happy, but you just know you could do so much more with a little bit of extra capital. Maybe it's a second location, some new equipment, or finally hiring the team to free you up from doing everything yourself. Whatever it is, we're going to walk you through the UK funding landscape today, from traditional loans to grants to equity investment to crowdfunding. But more importantly, we'll talk about how to figure out which option is right for your specific journey, because the trick isn't just finding money, it's finding the right money. First things first, you need to get your story straight before approaching the funding source. I can't tell you how many enthusiastic entrepreneurs I've seen rush this part only to face rejection after rejection. So what does expansion actually mean for you? Be specific. Is it opening a second location, hiring staff, new equipment, a product launch? Each scenario needs a different amount of cash and different approaches. You need to get forensic with your costs, not just the obvious ones, but all those sneaky extras that add up. Create a detailed spreadsheet. Think of everything possible, every expense possible, then add 15% on top for things you've forgotten. That's your North Star number. Then you need to build a proper business plan around it, not as a chore for the bank, but as a script for your business's future. Why this expansion? Why now? What does the market look like? And most crucially, a solid, believable financial projection showing how you'll use the money to make more money. This preparation might feel tedious, but it's the foundation everything else is built on. Now let's talk about your main funding options. Traditional business loans are usually the first thought. Your high street bank might offer competitive rates, especially if you've been with them for a while. The downside, they can be painfully slow and risk averse, particularly for newer businesses. This is where alternative lenders come in, online fintech companies that can often make decisions in days rather than months. They might charge higher interest, but their flexibility will be worth it. With any loan, scrutinise those terms carefully. What's the true APR? Are there early repayment penalties? Can you realistically manage those repayments, even if your expansion takes longer to pay off than planned? Government grants are often seen as the holy grail. Who doesn't want free money? But they're not just blank cheques. They're highly specific, targeted and fiercely competitive. The UK government and local authorities offer grants for particular purposes: innovation, R&D, apprenticeships, green technology. You won't find many grants for general business expansion. Finding relevant grants is a job in itself. The government's Business Finance Support Finder is a good starting point. Just be prepared for lengthy application processes requiring mountains of evidence. My advice, only go for grants that perfectly align with what you're already doing. Don't contort your business just to fit a grant's criteria. Then there's equity investment, a completely different animal. With loans, you have a lender. With equity, you get partners. Angels, venture capital, private equity, they all invest cash in exchange for a percentage of your company. This typically makes sense for high growth businesses with potential to scale rapidly. The money involved is often much larger than loans, but understand the trade-off. You're no longer the sole captain of your ship. You'll have shareholders to answer to, board meetings to attend, and pressure to deliver significant returns. It's not for everyone, and you need to be comfortable giving up some control. Here's where things can get interesting. Some of the most successful expansion stories I've seen come from thinking more creatively and combining different funding types. Take crowdfunding for instance. Rewards-based platforms like Kickstarter let people pre-order your product, giving you capital up front whilst you're validating market demand. Equity crowdfunding through platforms like Crowdcube lets you sell small shares to hundreds of supporters. It democratizes venture capital and turns customers into advocates. Now, we worked with a family brewery once that blended multiple approaches. They used asset finance for equipment, equity crowdfunding to engage customers, secured a grant from the local enterprise partnership, and topped it off with a bank credit facility for cash flow. In combining different funding sources, they achieve their goals whilst maintaining control. Remember, you're not alone in this journey as well. There's tons of free support out there. Your local growth hub or LEP can provide advice and connect you with mentors. The British Business Bank offers impartial information through their partners. And don't underestimate the value of talking to other business owners who have been through this process already. Their war stories and hard-earned wisdom can be invaluable. Securing funding for your business expansion is definitely a journey. It requires you to be part storyteller, part financial analyst, and part salesperson all at once. But with the right preparation approach, there is funding solution out there that fits your specific business and ambitions. Key takeaway here, there's no single best way to fund growth. The right way is whatever fits your business model, your goals and your comfort level with risk and control. Start preparing early, do your homework, and don't be afraid to ask for help or think creatively about combining different funding types. Now, if you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more practical business advice, and drop a comment letting me know which funding you're looking for, what route you're considering. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until next time, thanks for watching.